my good baby boy. Daddy will buy you and mommy a new house. It was 3 in the morning when those words slipped from my husband's lips. We always used protection. Then whose baby was he dreaming about? I shot awake, my heart pounding. I shook him hard. What did you just say? He stirred, eyes still shut, and muttered, just a nightmare. A client was hounding me for money. Then he rolled over, drifting back into sleep. I didn't push. Instead, I reached for my phone in the dark and quietly opened his banking app. Dated 3 months ago, there was a wire transfer of $50,000, labeled as down payment. The recipient was Vanessa O'Hara. I searched her name on Google and found her social media. The very first thing on her feed was an ultrasound photo. Our little angel is 3 months now. Daddy says, once you're born, we'll move into a big house. The timestamp was the day after Brian transferred the money. My chest clenched, but I snapped a screenshot and sent it straight to my father. Dad, the perfect son-in-law you picked not only cheated, he's knocked up some woman. I'm gonna make sure he leaves with nothing. His reply came almost instantly. That bastard. Don't worry, sweetheart. I'll get the best lawyer on this right away. How dare he betray our family? I'll make him regret ever being born. Feeling sick to my stomach, I scrolled deeper into Vanessa's feed. 1 month ago, we just locked down our new apartment today. The place is gorgeous. Thank you, hubby, for giving me and our baby such a warm home. Attached was a photo of her at a real estate office, glowing in a fitted maternity dress, her arm looped through Brian's. He was holding her by the waist, gazing at her with tenderness I'd never once seen directed at me. 2 months ago, hubby says he loves me and our baby more than anything. Tonight's steak was divine. The photo was taken at a high-end restaurant, Kobe beef plated elegantly on the table. I remember that night. I had suggested celebrating my promotion at that very restaurant, but Brian frowned and said it was too expensive. He insisted we just order takeout at home instead. 3 months ago, 2 red lines. Baby, you came at the perfect time. Daddy and mommy are ready to welcome you. The picture showed their hands intertwined over her stomach. Every post cut me like a blade. I cried silently into my pillow, tears soaking through the fabric. Beside me, Brian slept like a baby, smiling faintly, probably dreaming of a good time with his happy little family again. I stared at that lying face, and any love I had left curdled into pure hatred. Brian Roger, you think you can hide this from me? I, Claudia Stark, am not a woman to be trifled with. I slipped out of bed, padded to the study, and opened my laptop. As the heiress of Stark Industries, I had more than enough resources to destroy him, but first, I needed to find out exactly who Vanessa O'Hara was. A private investigator gave me the details within hours. Vanessa O'Hara, 23, fresh graduate from a third-rate university, currently a receptionist at Brian's company. Parents were blue-collar workers. In short, an ambitious nobody, desperate to climb her way up by seducing other women's husbands. The more I read, the worse it became. She joined Brian's company 6 months after our wedding, which meant she'd had her eyes on a married man from the start. What a conniving little tramp. The next morning, Brian woke me gently, the same as always. Breakfast is ready, he said, kissing my forehead. I've got an important client meeting today. Might be home late. I forced a smile. Okay, do your best at work. A flicker of suspicion crossed his eyes. Maybe he hadn't expected me to not put up a fight. And, I might be busy the next few days too. Don't overthink, okay? Got it, I said sweetly, while laughing bitterly inside. Busy playing family man at prenatal appointments. More like, as soon as Brian left, I drove straight to his office. As one of their partners, I had every excuse to be there. The moment I stepped into the lobby, I saw her, sitting at the reception desk. Vanessa O'Hara looked even fresher in person. Long hair, bright eyes, innocence painted all over her face. The type of girl no one would ever suspect of seducing a married man. Good morning. Who are you here to see? She asked with a sweet smile. I'm here for Brian, I said, casually studying her. The loose blouse couldn't hide her small but noticeable baby bump. Mr. Roger is in a meeting, and you are? Claudia Roger. I let the name linger in the air. Instantly, her face drained of color. Of course, she knew me. I'm Brian's lawful wife. Very well, Mrs. Roger. Please wait. I'll notify him right away. She snatched up the phone. I heard her whisper nervously, Mr. Roger, your wife is here. Moments later, Brian stepped out of his office. He walked toward me with a strange, forced smile. Honey, what are you doing here? He asked, his eyes darting toward Vanessa. Just wanted to see your office and maybe grab lunch together. I slid my hand into his arm casually. Great, let's go upstairs. He was all too eager to get me out of there. In the elevator, I feigned casual curiosity. That front desk girl's cute. How old is she? No idea. Just an intern. I don't really notice those things, he replied a little too quickly. Right. I nodded, mentally laughing in his face. Over lunch, I asked if he was stressed at work, if he felt run down. He ate the food I packed for him and gave me a grateful smile. You're so thoughtful, honey. Having you as my wife is the best thing in my life. If only I could stab him with a fork in my hand. Oh, by the way, I added lightly, a friend recommended a great new housing development. Maybe we should check it out. Ryan froze mid-bite. Why? Is there something wrong with our place? It's fine, but it's too small. I'm worried it won't be enough once we have kids, I said pointedly. His jaw tightened, the tension written all over his face. Let's not rush into kids. Besides, we're tight on budget right now. Funny how budget wasn't an issue when he bought his mistress a house. You're right, let's not rush anything, I said smoothly, hiding my disgust. His rot was showing more clearly now. I stood up with the excuse of going to the restroom. On my way back, I deliberately passed the front desk. Vanessa was chatting with a couple of coworkers. Baby's healthy. The doctor said I'm due at the end of the year, she said, beaming. You're so lucky, one of them gushed. Your boyfriend's amazing, buying you a place, treating you like a princess. He promised to marry me once the baby's born, Vanessa added, her face glowing. Marry her? He hadn't even divorced me yet and he was already planning a wedding with his mistress? Her eyes suddenly flicked up and landed on me. She went pale. Miss Roger, she stammered, scrambling to her feet. I walked over, smiling sweetly. Vanessa, isn't it? Congratulations on the pregnancy. Thank you, Mrs. Roger. Her voice trembled and her hand instinctively moved to her belly in a protective gesture. The baby's father treats you well? I asked, watching her squirm. Yes, he treats me well, she replied quickly, refusing to meet my eyes. That's good then. Cherish it. Just don't let yourself be fooled by the wrong kind of man. I held her gaze for a long beat, then turned on my heel and walked away. Walking out of Brian's office building, I drew in a long breath of cold air. Vanessa O'Hara, you really think hiding in the shadows means I can't touch you? You'll learn soon enough what it means to cross a wife. That night, Brian came home late, reeking of whiskey and women's perfume. Client dinner. Had a few drinks to please them, he muttered, hiccuping as he kicked off his shoes. I'll go shower. Vanessa. Babe, the checkup went well. Doctor says everything good. Oh, and it's a boy. That's amazing. I'll have a son. Tomorrow I'll take you shopping for baby stuff. Vanessa, you're the best, babe. I love you. Brian, I love you and our baby. Once he's here, we'll be a real family. Disgust twisted in my stomach. I had to fight the urge to throw up. They'd already planned everything, just waiting for me, the legal wife, to step aside. Well, over my dead body, I slid his phone back into place just as he came out of the bathroom, steam curling behind him. My lips curved into the sweetest smile I could muster. Seems like you've had a lot of meetings lately. You've been working so hard, honey, I murmured, stepping close, my fingers kneading his shoulders. He sighed with satisfaction, eyes half-lidded. It's all for our future. By the way, I said casually, I had a little talk with your front desk girl today. I think she's pregnant. His body stiffened instantly. Really? Didn't notice. Probably because it's still early. 3 or 4 months along, maybe, I added, baiting him. Young people these days are careless. No respect for themselves, he muttered after clearing his throat, scrambling for an excuse. I fought the urge to scoff. Well, I hope her boyfriend's a decent guy. Otherwise, poor thing. Thin smile on my lips, showing just enough sympathy. Yeah, he'd better be, Brian mumbled, sweat forming at his temple. The next day, I sent my private investigator to follow them. Brian took Vanessa to a luxury maternity boutique. They wandered through aisles of pastel cribs and tiny shoes, laughing like newlyweds. In one photo, Brian's hand was on her waist, the other brushing tenderly over her swollen stomach, his gaze soft and tender, the way he used to look at me when we first got married. And then, he escorted her into a jewelry store and slipped a $2,000 diamond ring onto her finger, as if to mock me. When we got married, I told him not to spend too much on my ring. He cried, said I was the most understanding woman alive. Now, he could hand over $2,000 for his mistress without blinking. I saved every photo, evidence for the divorce. That afternoon, I headed to the shopping district, the same area Vanessa was known to frequent under the pretense of buying clothes. I spotted her in a cafe, chatting with a friend. I ordered a coffee and took the corner seat near enough to catch every word. Vanessa, are you sure want to keep this going? Her friend asked. He's married. So what? Vanessa scoffed, stroking her bump. He doesn't even love her. He's only with her because her family's loaded. He told me once the baby's born, he'll divorce her. Her friend frowned. But what if he's lying? He's not. Look at how he treats me. He bought me this ring. It's worth $2,000 by the way, and he bought me a condo. A man doesn't spend that much on woman unless he loves her. She flashed the diamond like it was her crown jewel. The friend hesitated. Still, what if his wife finds out? Vanessa laughed, smug and careless. So what if she does? I'm carrying his son. That's my ultimate bargaining chip. Men want heir one from their own blood. He'll never abandon me or the baby. Then she said it. Words that almost made me snap right there. That old hag he married. She's been with him 3 years and hasn't given him a single offspring. Meanwhile, I get pregnant with the son on the first try. Who do you think he'll choose? Old hag? That little bitch really has the nerve to call me that. I nearly walked over and slapped her. However, I clenched my fists, forcing myself to stay put and listen. He promised me, Vanessa gushed, eyes shining, that once the baby's born, he'll go public with us. I'll be Mrs. Roger, a society wife. I'll finally be rich, respected, never having to bow to anyone ever again. Her friend bit her lip. Does Claudia know about you? Of course not, Vanessa giggled. Brian plays it good. He never slips. But even if she finds out, so what? She doesn't have his child. I do. That makes me the winner. All right, that's it. I couldn't listen another second. I stood, my chair scraping back. Out on the street, I dialed my father. Dad, let's do it, I said, my voice steel.